My roommate went from perfect to psycho, and now I don't feel safe anymore. When I first moved in with my roommate, I thought I got insanely lucky. She was older, super sweet, and seemed like the kind of person who actually cared. She even explained her food allergies, showed me which dishes were safe for her, and thanked me for being mindful. I thought, wow, this is going to be easy. A few weeks later, I bought an e-bike since I couldn't afford a car. At first, I kept it tucked away, but one day I came home and she had cleared a space in the living room just for it. She said she wanted it safe from theft and bad weather. I couldn't believe how thoughtful she was. Honestly, I thought I had the best roommate ever. But about 6 months in, everything changed. One day she accused me of poisoning her dishes. No warning, no conversation, just rage. She locked every plate, every fork, every pan into massive boxes she shoved into the living room. Weird? Sure, but I just got my own stuff and kept moving. Except she didn't stop. She started claiming I was leaving crumbs everywhere, purposely trying to trick her. Which made no sense because I barely cook. Most of my meals come from the microwave, and I always wipe the counters. But reason didn't matter to her. Then came the thermostat war. My room gets way hotter than the rest of the house. I asked if we could lower the AC a little because it was in the 90s and even my cat was overheating. She told me she didn't care. In fact, she said she didn't want the AC lower than it is outside. And then she ripped the thermostat off the wall and hid it in her bedroom. That's when I realized this wasn't just quirks. This was dangerous. She became obsessed with empty soda boxes I left neatly by the trash. She'd move them into the sink, sometimes outside my bedroom door. It was like she wanted to remind me that she was in control. Then came the messages. I walked into the kitchen and saw words scrawled across the fridge and cabinets. Get out. You're not welcome here. She started turning the heat on in the middle of sweltering summer. She smeared soap and wax on the chairs, broke my waffle maker, and even smeared wax on my shoes. Little by little, she was destroying my belongings. And then she turned on the very thing she once protected. My bike. The bike she'd once cleared space for became her new enemy. She started dragging it around the house, ripping the charger from the wall, ranting that vehicles belong outside. No matter how many times I explained it wasn't safe to leave outside, she didn't care. By then, even trying to talk to her was impossible. She didn't argue. She screamed. Top of her lungs, full volume screaming. Her dog would cower in fear. My boyfriend once tried to intervene and she mocked me, sneering, "Aw, are you scared too?" Her own boyfriend saw her screaming and literally walked out of the house without a word. I reported all of this to the leasing office, thinking someone would finally step in. But they skimmed my email, brushed me off, and actually sided with her on most of it. The only thing they admitted I was right about? The soda boxes. That's it. Yesterday was my breaking point. She moved another box, and when I calmly asked her to stop, she exploded again, screaming that I should just take it to the dumpster. I reminded her that the office said it wasn't a problem, and she just sneered, calling the office guy a lazy slob. Now I have photos of the messages she's written, the belongings she's broken, the shoes she ruined. But the leasing office doesn't care, and every day she finds new ways to make me feel unsafe in my own home. I'm planning to move out within a month. But until then, I don't know what she's going to do next. And honestly, that's the scariest part. Because this doesn't feel like a roommate problem anymore. It feels like I'm living inside a horror story.